seduction, sex, lifestyle. For the true player at heart, Global SLR presents the real kings of pickup. Vince Hollywood Kelvin and Arash motherfucking Dibazar. Be the best and fuck the rest.
All right, welcome everyone to another episode of the real kings of pickup. This is Vince Kelvin, and we have with us my spiritual brother, Arash motherfucking Dibazar. Both of us are going to take your questions in just a moment. If it's the first time that you're calling, we have a little surprise for you, a starter kit that includes a couple hours on day game, how to number close, and so on. Something else called the cool comebacks. And the cool comebacks, you can... Once you start to talk to women, you don't know what they're going to tell you, so you learn how to play with whatever the fuck they may say. And also a trance to relax you at night and make you feel more comfortable with women, okay? Fastest way to get it, you send me a quick email, vince@seductioncoaching.com. vince@seductioncoaching.com. And if you never got your starter kit and you've been calling regularly, we'll be happy to also provide it to you. So send a quick email. On my side, I begin to open a topic. Just got done teaching 3 phenomenal days, amazing group of guys here in Washington, D.C., and I'm heading for New York next, where I'll do another boot camp that's nearly sold out. Your chance to see me on the East Coast. I come once a year, so there are guys who, Arash, you're going to love that. There's 2 guys from our Beyond the Game group that are in Maine, and they said, fuck it, Vince, you're only in town once a year, so they're going to travel from Maine to come to the free talk on Thursday. And Arash will be on the talk also via Skype. So anyway, one of the things that transcended this weekend is watch the roles you play. I'll expand more on that later, but we get used to play a certain role socially. And then you get more acquainted with a new mindset, you get more acquainted with new skills, but a lot of guys, they continue to play that initial role they have learned and thought was themselves when it's not who they are. So to engage yourself in a better role, ask yourself, if I always had been doing well with women, how would I think of myself differently? And embrace that role. I just want to open that door. That's one thing that transcended this weekend in helping the guys here. Arash, what's going on your side? I'm sure spectacular things. Everybody, Arash Dibazar.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Vince. And I'm really happy to hear those guys coming from Maine. That's the right spirit to learn. The more that you put in, the more you get out. That is a secret of alchemy. It's a secret of life. It's a secret of my life and what I do. So when I hear people doing more than the average, I get a little bit excited because average is just, doesn't even register on my radar, honestly. So when people start doing that, they start to slightly register on my radar. And the question would be, so who do you like teaching? I like to teach extreme people that would do what I do. There's above and beyond, and there's that level that someone takes it to, and it's like, who is that? That's me. If I find a student like that, the secrets of the universe are theirs, and I haven't found anybody like that yet. I think the closest is a few of my girlfriends. Speaking of which, everybody online should understand, I had all of my girlfriends sign a contract last night. Yes, you heard it, a contract that says if any of them get pregnant and I don't want the child and they want to keep the child, they owe me a certain amount of money, that I have no obligation for the child, I have no child support, and that I will kick them out of my life and have no more further communication from them. And I told them that if they want to continue to be my girlfriend, they would have to sign that, and they all signed it. So this is something that I think you should do, because no matter how many times a woman tells you that she doesn't want a child, when she gets pregnant, you will be surprised. I've been through it more than once, and that's how I learned. There's no template for me on how to be in all these different relationships the way I'm doing it. So I'm writing the rule book as I go, and that's a brand new thing that all my girlfriends, if there's going to be another one in the future, that she's going to have to sign a contract saying that I don't want a fucking child, and you can't force it on me, bitch. You know, so if she does it, then she's going to have to pay a shitload of money, and by court it would have to be known that I am not the father, because to be a father is a choice. It's not just fucking somebody. There's a big fucking difference, okay? And that's a big problem with the world right now, is we have a lot of unintentional fathers. They didn't want the child. The woman had the child, so of course he's a good human being. He doesn't want to just drop a child. He has some feelings and emotions, but he has to change his whole life. That was not part of the plan. And women use this, and women are some of the most vile, disgusting, disloyal, dishonorable creatures on the planet, and I'll say that to their face every single day, and I stand firm by it. So now let's get going. Let's figure out how we could get them and have sex with them and feel good and make them feel good. That's the way it works.
I love it, Arash. This is a premiere in our community. That's very clever. I want to learn it from you. And
I'll send you the contract.
On my side, yeah, I've had a world record of the best prenups. The prenups that I came up with. I don't intend to get married anymore, but who knows? And if anybody is getting married, come to see me, because the prenup is deadly. I never owed anything to any of them. On the contrary, they owed me. So unless they're psychotic, which you cannot do much about that. But at the same time, gentlemen, we're super psyched. We're ready to help. Bring up the questions. I had to mute a lot of lines. So again, I'm going to do my best to rapidly unmute everybody, but I may have to remute. So do your part, okay? Who's going for the first question of the evening? And this call is only 40 minutes, so you better hustle and be fast if you want answers.
Yeah. Hey, this is Chris from Florida. And excellent. I just started studying Beyond Hypnosis today, Vince. And it was so, just while listening, it was so easy to open some sets as they go by. And my question is, it happened a couple of times where I felt there was some room to for more interaction, for more escalation maybe, but more just improvisation, some things I maybe didn't take advantage of. So my question is, how can I be even more present during interactions and better socially calibrate to the moment, knowing that experience and practice and working with the coach helps, but how can I get the fullest out of what I know now to be more present and to better calibrate in the moment with my interaction?
Well, first, Chris, I need to commend you for all the efforts that you're putting into this. And, yeah, enjoy the course Beyond Hypnosis. It used to be, it still is one of my classics, so there's a lot in it. At the same time, well, one thing that I find helpful, and I gave the exercise during the weekend, is ideally you catch it on the spot, but there's always another level. So you want to make sure that you understand that it's not always going to be that you have the perfect response right away.
Yeah.
So here are some options. First, know that it's kind of normal. And you may be filtering it, thinking, oh, I should and could have done more, when a better frame might be that as you are in the situation, your mind is beginning to open to the next level. And that will always happen. I mean, I've had times when I fucked, I got 5 girls there, I fucked 4 out of 5, and then my mind starts to go, oh, man, I could have fucked the 5th one. Well, you got to know that it's opening for the next level. So one great habit, never to use that as an excuse. Oh, I didn't do shit, so I'm opening to the next level. No.
Yeah.
But one great practice, gentlemen, here's the first practical exercise of the evening. When you're listening later, now you pause, you grab your journal. You must have a journal. Taking notes on the phone is awesome for conveniency, but if you're a serious student, you also do it on paper. It engages more of your modalities. So, too many guys, they review interactions, beating themselves up, being overly critical, or playing the psychologist, trying to assess what the problem was. A better habit is to simply first feel good for what you already did, and then write down what is the next nearest little step I could have taken. And you're not only going to create a bank of new ideas for similar situations, you will also train your mind to think ahead. Now, I'll give you an example. I was with a student today, kick-ass guy, came all the way from Louisiana. He spoke to a girl outside, and then I gave him that exercise, and we assessed. He told her, like, oh, wow, cool flat shoes, and cool shoes, and she said, oh, I'm actually more comfortable with flat shoes. I'm going to change. And she passes again, and this time she's wearing boots, but the boots are not flat. They're equally, if not even higher than what she was wearing initially. So then he made a little comment, and I told him, feel very good about what you did. And now, quickly, in your mind first, and maybe tonight at home for a minute or two in your journal, what else can I say in a situation like that? And we came up with the idea of, wait a minute, the boots are even higher than your former shoes. I think you just don't want to wear flat shoes. You just want to feel sexy. Only an example, but know that this is kind of how the mind works. And when you do that sufficiently, you're going to close the gap, and you're never going to catch it all at the time, but you're going to catch more and move forward, because there's always another opportunity, especially for someone like you, will create the opportunity. And I look forward to see you in New York this weekend, and thank you again for traveling the distance. So I'll pass it to Arash. I don't know if you want to add to this, Arash, or take on the next question.
Next question is fine.
Hello, it's Zoom. So in the last few weeks, I've been going to social dance night on Tuesday night, and I met a girl there, and over the course of like maybe 2 months, I guess kind of flirted a little bit, and finally 2 weeks ago on a Tuesday night, I asked her number and asked her to go to meet for a drink the following Thursday night. And the following day, so I texted her, and this is how we exchanged. So hopefully I can read so that you can understand the context. So after my initial text, then this is how she responded. So she says, "Hi Zoom, sorry, but this week is pretty busy for me, so I don't think it'll work out. Also, just want to be upfront that I'm not interested in dating. So if that's what you're looking for, I don't want to waste your time." And then I replied, okay, so we'll make it another time. Dating? You're so adorable. That sounds like too fast for me. I need to figure out if my current schedule and life would allow for anything along the line of dating to fit in. Anyway, you may probably no longer see me in social dance for a little while. We'll meet sometime soon instead over a drink. Have a good day, dear. And then she responded, okay, well, glad we're on the same page. Just so you know, though, I wasn't really comfortable with a little goodbye kiss you gave me last night. I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it, but I don't think that's appropriate for friends. The guy that asked me to dance was prepared to go talk to you about it, but I told him not to. Just want you to be aware. Then I closed the conversation by saying, haha, sounds like a scandal. Anyhow, time for you to get back to work. Right, so, and since then, I haven't met her and contacted her, so I'm not sure if you have any comment on this situation.
Okay, Vince, I don't know if you understood, but I can't comment because I can't understand it. So that's why I'm not.
I can comment real fast and restate. The first thing, I do have an accent myself. Where do you do pickup? You do it in the U.S., or you calling from a different country and you speak fairly good English and you don't do pickup in English in your country? Where?
From San Diego.
San Diego, okay. So, well, I do have an accent. It's great to have an accent. The last thing you want to do is think that you have one more problem. At the same time, you got to be able to be fairly understood by people. The rest, you milk it, you go, forgive my accent, and they ask you where you're from. For that, we have an amazing resource, the Bob Korf CDs. Maybe you already have it, and you're one of those guys who has it but doesn't use it. But that you got to change. The second thing, either you studied a lot of pickup, but you're not using pickup, but what you're telling us is pure dating. It's not pickup. It's dating. So I pass it to Arash in a sec, or maybe the next question, but super fast, and then I'll give more time to Arash. Number one, you go to social dance because you like to dance. If something happens out of it, great, but you don't go to social dance pretending you're at social dance and trying to meet girls. Second, you stand your ground and your frame. You don't go back to pleasing them and agreeing with them when they go, oh, I just want to be friend. You go, sorry, my darling, but that's not what I do. You're too cute for me to want to be your friend. Third, you got to start a little stronger up front, and it seems that was some time ago. So the best way to start to make some headways when you're at that level is to line up more phone numbers, talk to more girls, because by now you should have forgotten about that girl already because you're busy with other ones, okay? And she probably feels that you're putting too much into it too soon. I know your question is, but how do I get her back? It's just like the guy doesn't know how to play a sport, and then he plays it a little bit, and he goes, but how do I score? It's like, well, first you got to learn the sport. Now, I'm under the impression you're a guy, you already have a lot of material and so on, but you probably don't apply yourself into applying it, and you go back to doing dating. This is just dating. You get a phone number, you try to kiss her, and then you contact her to tell her, hey, you want to meet, and she says no, and you try to agree with her. So I have no other answer, and I know Arash will agree with that. Then you got to learn pickup, okay? Because that's not pickup.
Yeah, thank you.
Pickup would be, I'm going to social dance because I love to social dance. I meet this girl right away. I say, you're cute. I'm going to put you on the spot. I know this is social dance, but I feel like giving you a little kiss. Then you don't insist so much on meeting, because that's what every needy guy will do. You boost the attraction. When she's attracted, you can do anything. Last night I was supposed to meet with this girl here in D.C. I got a little too tired. I told her tomorrow. There's so much attraction that she said, oh, okay, I'm free at 9:30. Then I said, sorry, I forgot I have a podcast at 9:30. And now she's standing, waiting for me to go, and I'm here because the attraction is solid enough. I think we take the next question for Arash, and I'll give ample time for you to answer it. Sorry, brother, I've done 2 answers back to back, so next one is yours with ample time.
All good, brother. We're here to just answer questions, you know. It is what it is.
All right, gentlemen, next question for Arash. I'll remain quiet for a moment. I'm unmuting quite a few lines, so it may take a second. All right, gentlemen, who's asking the next question?
Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? It's David Guns from Maine.
What's up, David?
David, I look forward to see you. Yeah,
oh, man,
I'll let you ask the question to Arash.
Okay, Arash. I got a whole story behind this, but to break it down in just to one question, what is the explain more of the importance of the qualification process rather than just trying to fuck a girl because she's fine. Because this weekend I tried to get with a girl and she almost fucked up my life because I did not go through the qualification process, and she turned out to be a crazy fucking nut. So if you could expand on how important a qualification is.
Well, you just did it. You just explained it. You almost destroyed your life. That's how important it is. There's nothing else to say. You've already experienced it. Now, you got to understand, there's a lot of women right now in my life. I mean, more than I've ever had, and that's a lot. And I'm putting these bitches through their fucking paces. And I told, so one of them texted me this morning, and I texted back, call. 3 hours later, I haven't got a call back. So I texted her, and I said something like, when I tell you to call, it's not a suggestion, it's not a request, and it's not just a good idea. When I tell you to call, you call right away. And the longer it takes for you to call, the more I lose any kind of interest in talking with you. So about an hour ago, I was picking up my dog from the vet, and she called, and I didn't pick it up, and I called her back. And she got on the phone, and she goes, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't look at my phone. I said, listen, you're not my girlfriend right now. She said, yeah, okay. And I said, but we do have a relationship, obviously. We're friends, and we're building more relationship. And to me, your phone is your mouth and your ear. I don't play the game of, oh, he's so attached to his phone. Yeah, because that's how people get a hold of me. That's why I'm attached to it. I'm just as attached to my mouth and my ears also. So I said, look, I don't know what the fuck you've heard in your life about phones and not using them, but for me, if I call you or if I text you, if I say call, it's an immediate response. And it's not that you don't have time. It's not that your boss or your employer or any of that bullshit. It doesn't play out like that for me. Do you understand? And she took a long time to answer. And I said, do you understand? And she answered. I said, fucking acknowledge. And then she's like, well, I'm doing like 5 things. I said, then do 1. Stop everything and talk to me. And she says, well, can we talk later? I said, we might be able to talk later, but we're not going to. We're going to talk right the fuck now. I said, because right now is when we're talking. So you pick up the phone as you did. You give me your fucking attention and tell everyone to fuck off. So we spoke for a short amount of time afterwards. And I said, all right, we're going to talk later. Now, maybe she'll never talk to me again. Maybe she will. If she talks to me again, there was more to the conversation, obviously. If she talks to me again, she'll understand that that's who I am and that's what I'm doing and that's what I expect. And she will be more qualified, with qualification, she'll be more qualified to be in my life. If she doesn't, right, and if that conversation, rubbed her the wrong way and she was like, oh my God, it's too much or whatever, that's great. Then she's not qualified. But I can't go around wasting my fucking life, as I did with the previous girlfriend for 6.5 years, as you did, David, with your ex. I can't do that any longer, right? I'm not going to do that any longer because I'm becoming more and more powerful every day and I have more things happening for me. So there's no fucking way we're going to do that. Qualification is vital, especially if you're a man who has something going for you. We should be everybody. That's how we teach games. You have to continuously make yourself better in life, okay? That is what Vince and I bring to the table. It was never about just get the chick. It's about make yourself a complete human being and make yourself an inspiration and something that people can aspire to. So you have to qualify them because a king would qualify unless you're just going to fuck her. And that's fine. You can just fuck a girl, no problem. But remember, you can fuck a crazy bitch. You can also fuck some chick that can get pregnant. I had a chance to fuck some girl when Vince was here, like about a month ago or so. I met her somewhere, and then we fucking went to get the hotel. And in the hotel, she tried to have sex with me. And I said no. And she's like, well, I said no. Next time, right? Next time. That was one of the best decisions I ever made. The chick is fucking psycho. Okay? Psycho. Thank fucking God I didn't do it then. I don't know what the fuck the consequences would have been because I've been watching her. I've been watching her on Facebook, and she is nuts, dude. She's so fucking nuts that I don't even want to delete her off Facebook to trigger some negative reaction, right? So qualify for your own sake. Yeah, she's a fucking nutcase. Thank God I didn't stick my dick in her. Although I stuck it in her mouth, and that's okay. That's the end of my answer. Period. Exclamation. Vince, you there?
Okay, gentlemen. Thank you, Arash. Thank you. That's really, really powerful. Very powerful. And we are ready to take the next question. And so, guys, we got less than 20 minutes. I just wanted to restate. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Mitch. Vince, again, thank you for everything in D.C. I got a question for both of you, which I didn't get a chance to ask the last time. With both you men, you are obviously the best at meeting and seducing women on the planet Earth. My question, why do you both bother with like married chicks and chicks that are going to potentially give you headaches? And I guess the greater question for me is, I don't want fucking headaches. I'm building my self-esteem. I don't need to get a chick pregnant. That would that could potentially take away from what I'm creating. So why do you guys bother with shit like that?
Okay, Mitchell, you need to put things into perspective, okay? And part of the reason why you've had success in other areas, but it's been very, very empty for a long time in the area of social arts and sex, is also not only because you kind of back into the model of perfection that the media, stories through history present to us, that there is this perfect girl out there and that you just need to meet her. Now, that woman does not exist. They are better women. They are women that have certain qualities. They're women that have achieved great things. They're women that are sweeter, more pleasant, and so on. But in your own mind, you would go, why bother with that if you get the princess who's all perfect? And where is your princess who's all perfect? She never fucking showed up. So I can answer for myself, but I'm assuming also for Arash, the word is not bother. we're experimenting. We're testing the ground. And women come and go. Also, I'm a little bit of a social and sexual stunt artist. So I can be of greater service to others. If I only did the easy stuff, like I forgot who that, all due respect, that schmuck was, who suddenly in one of the forums presents his girlfriend, and she's as plain as can be, and then he has the guts to say, and I'm a pickup coach. Well, let's say you're a guy, and suddenly you're fucking a girl and you get her pregnant. What good, in terms of giving you advice, will the guy who never been down that road be to you? He'd be of no avail. You're a guy, and suddenly, because there's many and plenty, you meet a psycho bitch. What good will the guy who never wrestled with a psycho bitch? I'm personally more geared towards the higher learning. Higher learning to me is twofold. On one hand, it helps me to render greater service to others. I may go through the crazy time, but I come out with the phenomenal lesson. Higher learning also is I'm not looking for only perfect experiences in life. I'm looking for the higher lessons. So I'm a bit of a renegade. I don't bother with girls. And then you got to understand, you still think that you're going to find that sweet girl. There are girls who are sweeter. So they'll fuck you over in the sweet way. But they are still women, and they're still going to do your thing. I also personally prefer girls with an edge. You know, the girl that's like planning to be somebody's perfect girlfriend. You put her in front of me, I will play with her, I will fuck with her. But she's not going to thrill me as much as the girl with a little bit of an edge. That's my answer. I pass it to Arash. So, Mitchell, if you're a comfort junkie and you only want what is safe, what is predictable, then you're not going to have much. Eventually, you'll settle with a girl, and the way she'll fuck you over is that 5-10 years of your life will go by with probably not so much sex nor great sex, and then you'll wake up realizing, why the fuck did I waste all that time with this girl that was okay? So you want more? You need to do more. Success, hear this, guys. Success is not you wake up in the morning feeling super good, everything goes your way, and you know exactly what to do from morning to evening. Real success, the pursuit of success, is you wake up in the morning, and maybe that day you don't feel it, but it doesn't fucking matter, you go for it. And then you got people around you, and those people are human beings, and they go in a variety of directions that surprise you. But you don't let the shit take you down. Success is you start one business, it doesn't go all the way. You start another one, it doesn't go all the way. It doesn't matter how many times you begin, you try, you start, no matter how many times women fuck you over, no matter how many no's you hear, you go at it. You are daring. And you're barely beginning. You're finally at a place where you're going for it, but you want it to come with a little blanket and all comfortable and everything predictable. Now, if you have signs, Mitchell, last thing I say, of a girl that's borderline psychotic or weird stuff, since you knew, pass. But don't use that as an excuse. But stop looking for that perfect situation because it doesn't exist. And go and fuck a married woman once and find how thrilling it can be. Anyway, that's my take. Arash, take ample time, please.
Yes, I'll actually be short. I like the question. I really like the question. And for me, it's very simple, guys. I really, really enjoy this art form because it's provided me with so much wisdom about life that is the counter wisdom, if there's such a thing, because the other one isn't wisdom, that is a counter information to what I was taught. See, I get to see it for myself. So when I tell the entire world that women are the most disloyal, dishonorable, lying creatures on the planet, see, I don't need a book to validate that. I say, if you're judging what I say, I'm curious how many women you've been with and what the level of relationship has been. Now, if that number is less than mine by a lot, I don't think you're in a place to judge me, because it's like, how would you know? How the fuck would you know if you've never traveled to the other country, and I've been there my whole fucking life, and I tell you about the water and the soil? You might think I'm a liar, but I'm not a liar in any area of my life. So why the fuck would I lie about this one area? Why? To make money and shit? Come on. I would do better if I said there were beautiful creatures, you know, they're so nice, gentle, and whatever. So for me, I continuously gain more and more insight into life by being with women. And I love doing it because it brings out the deepest, darkest parts of myself and life. It brings it to light. And so much of what I know and understand, I will attribute to being with women, because I've had to confront my own demons. I've had to confront my own weaknesses. I've had to really look, instead of look through a filter of what should be, look through a filter of what I was told. I had to learn to look past everything and see it for what it is. So due to those reasons, I am addicted to doing this. I do it all the fucking time. I don't, you know, it's not about she's married, not married, and all that other stuff. But I tell you something. When you've been with enough married women, and then right after they're with you, they go on Facebook and they put a picture of them and their families, how lucky they are to be with him, it might fuck you up a little bit. And if you see that more than once, like, you know, for me, 3 times in the last 3 months or 4 months, then you just go, okay, now wait a fucking second, right? And then when you start to speak, as I do, and you have so many women around, and you see they actually take a sigh of relief, and they come and they confide in you, and they message you, and they tell you you are so right, and you just go, okay, something is fucking wrong. I cannot be the only fucking person on the planet that knows this shit. And maybe, I don't fucking know, but I would not know this until I was with as many different women as I am now. And, you know, I even expanded it to being with ugly women. There was a time that you could go through my list of women that I've been with, and there was nothing less than a 9. I mean, I was just adamant. But now, Jesus fucking Christ, I don't even know. Like, whatever, you got a fucking vagina, and let's go. Let me find out. And that created a whole new dimension of understanding of these women. So I'm addicted to knowledge, this knowledge. I'm addicted to this level of information, and there is no book that provides it for me. The universe itself is the teacher, and I am that explorer that goes in and finds out for myself and comes out with arrows in his back and bloodied hands and maybe an infection on the leg. But so far, I'm still alive. So when I come back, I can say, hey, this is what I found over there. Now it's up to you. If you go there, be warned, there was someone there before. This is exactly what these creatures are. But I really like that question, and I don't know why. Maybe because I've always wanted to answer that. So that's my answer.
Appreciate it, Arash. Just to be clear, I was not judging you. I was seriously engaged.
Yes, maybe that's why I like the question, because I really felt that behind it. Right on.
Good. Thank you, Mitchell. I'm looking at the time, gentlemen. We have time probably for one final question. Quick heads up with what's coming up. Those listening to this afterwards are probably going to be a little too late. But I'm in New York this weekend, and on Thursday evening, we're doing a free talk. Satori PUA will be there. There's words of John Keegan that comes to the GSLR also being there. So we're reviving the community in New York, and Thursday is free, and Arash will be with us via Skype, and I'll be there in person myself. The weekend boot camp is nearly sold out, so this is last call, last chance. After that, the next biggest thing will be Arash and I in Las Vegas. So if you miss those 2 boot camps there, well, you can come to Las Vegas. Go to globalslr.com, where you'll find the info about Pure Pickup live in Las Vegas. Arash Dibazar, myself, going at it nonstop in style at the Wynn Hotel, including we're going to have tables at the Excess nightclub over there. So Sin City and the 2 of us over there, it's May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. In the meantime, one final question of the evening, gentlemen, and then we'll save a bonus for those who are calling live. So if you're calling live, after the wrap-up, stay on the line because we'll give you a little bonus. Okay, we're ready for the question?
Yeah, how you doing? I have a question, guys.
Yes, please go for it. What is your name?
Eddie from Florida. The question is, they say, assume attraction. So what is the first intention you're trying to get through once you meet a girl and you assume attraction, and you see that with you creating that energy of attraction, it's already there. What is your first intention? What is the key to start the engine from that point?
Very, very, very good question. I'll be fast with that one. That's the first thing that I cover at a boot camp. My system is wired very, very differently, okay? I start with the proper frame. And the proper frame is you're not trying to get anything. A moment ago, we were talking about qualification. Number one mistake every guy, even some guys who've been trained here and there with pickup, they still come from the traditional frame of dating where you have to please the girl. They hope that the girl is going to like them. So the first thing that I personally do is I test. To test, I tussle something at them to see what they're made of. The metaphor that you may want to use, you're at the market, you're buying fruits, you squeeze it a little bit, you look at it, you smell it a little bit to find out if you have a good fruit in your hand. Okay? From there, I think one thing that helps the guy, here's the second practical skill for you to start to apply instantaneously. You got to create a triad in which that will allow you to chill a little bit and be more relaxed in the interaction. So first, I agree with myself. An example, as soon as we're done with the call, I'm meeting this girl, and something else may come up on my side, something may come up on her side. So instead of being overly eager to go and be with her, I acknowledge that, yes, it would be wonderful to be with this girl and fuck her tonight. I agree. I'm a man. I agree. And so far, she's shown a lot of good signs that are to my liking. On the other hand, it'd be equally great because anyway, it's coming sooner or later. If not her, another one. I got plenty. Plus, it'd be wise to catch up on my sleep and a little bit of business with my clients all around the world. So that's equally great. Now I'm not bound to, how do I fuck her? And third, sex is my bitch. I am the master. I also acknowledge that sex is wonderful, but I cannot let my dick run my whole life. So I also say, and regardless, I'm having a beautiful time here in D.C., and I'm loving the time that I'm spending with myself. I find myself in the middle of that, more grounded, and from there I'm going to further test her, and in the worst case, I leave a better person because I'm going to make some distinction. That in itself is so different from any and every other guy, including other PUAs that are so invested in her, that's going to be very, very attractive. So I assume, to answer your question, greater attraction. Assume higher attraction. Meaning, if you assume attraction, I take it in sales, okay? If a salesperson wants to assume the one sale, they're still bound to that one sale. But if a salesperson assumes their success no matter what, anywhere, everywhere, they're no longer bound to that one sale. So my higher way to assume attraction, I assume that I will be provided no matter what it's coming. That girl is a plus anyway. I don't even fucking know her. And I also trust that sometimes the process of hooking up with girl is like twisted roots leading to a tall, steady tree or beautiful flower. One girl doesn't go all the way, frustrates you a little bit. Because of that, you said, I've had it, this got to change. And you start to really listen to the material. You start to kick ass. Or sometimes one girl doesn't make it, so you take a little walk around the block and there's another better girl. You're free. Your success is coming no matter what. Don't be overly bound to one person or one situation. Most guys who think they don't have an attachment to just one girl, it's bullshit. They don't have the desperate attachment to just one girl, like the guy who's underneath her balcony at night begging her with a flower and a guitar. Most guys, they go to the extreme to feel that it's not them. But any guy that goes, how do I attract that one girl? Or I met that girl, what should I do? They're still bound to one girl only, and that's the biggest problem. Only solution, you got to dive into the material. I'll pass it to Arash.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. This question I have to answer now from a different perspective. If you'd asked me 3 months ago, it would have been different. But my perspective now is more sane than what it was, and it's stronger. So what I do now when I meet a woman is I know without a doubt, 100%, like 100%, not even 99, I know 100% fact that there's a type of woman who absolutely will do anything for me. I am the solution to her world, right? So very similar to what Vince said, the moment I meet them, I start speaking a certain way and acting a certain way to see where they stand on that range. If she is that girl, I'll know right away, and she'll know right away. And we move forward. If she's not, then we don't move forward. So I go right into testing to find out if she's the you know, it's almost like you know, you got a certain DNA strand, they have a certain DNA strand, and if it fits, it's a perfect match. I'm looking for those women now in my life because what I've done for so long is I've taken women and I've changed them again and again and again and turned them into something I like, and I see the failure of that. I see the problem in that. So now I'm just going to take the ones who have the right stripes, you could say, or the right markings, and it'll be much quicker for me to turn them into the woman that I want. So I'm constantly testing everybody right now on Facebook, on text, when I see them live, and I go right into it, and I'm getting very good at it, and that's what I'm doing, to find out if she's right for me or not. That's all it is. So it's very similar in that way.
That's great, and that's why I said the key, and that made perfect sense, and that's something I always thought about it. A quick add-on, if I may. How does your avatars come in? I noticed like both of you guys, you know, are to the extreme externally, you know, like everything. You know, I don't even have to say anything. But yeah, so how does that fit in? If I may ask that too.
Well, for me, I'm an extreme guy, like I said about students and all that. So this is an expression of who I am. I need an extreme woman. I need a woman that is willing to, you know, let's say she's in fucking, you know, I live in California. Let's say she's in New York or Florida. I need a woman that if I said to her, I need you to move right now, be here next week, quit your job, say bye to your family, and come here. I need a woman that will do that. So that's an extreme woman. I'm an extreme guy, and I can't have a woman who is afraid of extremes, you know? So it helps me. Yeah. Some women are very attracted to the way I look because of it. Some people are freaked out. Well, great. Yeah. Freaked out, they're the wrong.
I guess as within, so without. I got you. Okay. Perfect. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
You're welcome. Vince?
Those who are on the line, stay on the line. You're about to get a bonus from us to thank you for calling live every Monday. Everybody else, we thank you very much. And in conclusion, for everybody else, I just wanted to say the gentleman who asked the question made an interesting statement. He said that both Arash and I are extreme. It's true compared to the standard of the world. There's also that higher reality in which I call it the theory of the constant, in which there's always something happening. Meaning, for example, let's say a guy doesn't do much and he goes, my problem is that I procrastinate. He is constantly taking action towards not taking action. So there's the things that are inevitable. I think in your own ways, you got to realize that everybody's extreme. There's a guy who's extremely stuck into his problem. So I want you guys to tap into your own ways to be extreme and redirect them. And maybe you'll do it with a suit. Maybe you'll do it in your own ways. But know that there is no such thing as a human being that is not extreme, because life is a fucking extreme adventure already by itself. Just in case some were going to use that as an excuse, know that you have your own ways to be extreme, and maybe you've been extreme in just playing it fucking safe all the time. So that's my last word for tonight, except for those who are on the line. Arash, in conclusion, for those who are listening to the podcast afterwards.
Yeah. Concluding thought? Is this a concluding thought here?
Concluding thought for those who listen afterwards. Live audience will get a few more minutes to thank them for calling live.
Yes. In conclusion, you've lost a sense of what it means to be a man. And I know that because I am now, after so many years, I feel like I finally regained it. I had to go through a lot so I can be disillusioned to the final pieces. There was a few little pieces that were left in me that were preventing me from expressing my true manly nature in life. And I'm very happy to stand here and report as a man on planet Earth that I know what it means to be a man completely for the first time, which means I know exactly what it means to be a woman also, because they go hand in hand. So gentlemen, as you continue to study with us, it is my job, it is my task to ensure that you get rid of any unessential female qualities inside of you that's triggering in her manly qualities, and turn you into a real man in every aspect of your life, from the way you carry yourself to the way you drive your car to the way you talk to others to the way you talk to yourself when you look in the mirror. All these things are very important. And this culture is going to change. I announced it a week ago that I'm on this mad campaign right now. I've done a lot of things for the culture. Before I die, I'll do more. But one of my passions at the moment is I will turn women into women before I die. There will be a huge worldwide movement because of my voice and my ability to communicate that will make women understand that it's no longer acceptable to act the way they act, because it's not only hurtful and upsetting to themselves and to the man, but it's also destroying the future children, and it's destroying politics, and it's destroying education and everything else. Believe it or not, I've traced it down to the female energy is now rampant on this planet, and it's being propaganda, with the idea that it's not. All we need is a little bit more female nurturing. The female is not nurturing. The female is destructive. And she needs to take her proper position, which is following, not leading, following the proper male energy. And until you express that male energy truly, she's going to keep fucking you up. But when you do, she no longer has a means to fuck you up. I'm now beyond their grasp. I feel free of their matrix, and now it's time from this position to go back into the matrix and make the necessary changes so that the world is better. Why? Because I want to. I don't really know why. I've thought about it. I'm like, well, just live your life. No, we have this thing in us that makes us want to go out and share what we have, and I think that's part of our human spirit. So that's where it's at. You need to become more man, and you need to make sure you are only dealing with women who are okay to be women, and get rid of every woman in your life who has any fucking slightest tendency to be manly. Warn her once, on the second time she's done. And I've been doing that, and life is beautiful here. So I wish you the best.
Powerful. Thank you, Arash. Mm-hmm. And
thank you, Vince.
As we wrap up the recorded portion, quick announcement. Anyone whom, like the gentleman before, or like me initially, would have a little bit of a challenge with English being their second language, and they do or attempt to do pickup in English, and anyone who's not very eloquent yet, they didn't really work their vocal abilities, we have a great little package called Communication Mastery, including some resources from the top vocal coach in Hollywood that will help you at all levels, your pronunciation, and so on.
You've been listening to The Real Kings of Pickup with Vince Hollywood Kelvin and Arash motherfucking Dibazar. Brought to you by www.globalslr.com. Call live every Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to get your questions answered. Just dial 701-801-1220. Then enter 129-779-160, followed by the pound key. To get your free pickup starter kit, go to www.seductioncoaching.com now. And remember, stay sexy.